The next story, Executive Battlefield 6 is undergoing
the franchise's biggest playtest ever
to prevent another disastrous launch. What are the odds? What are the odds? I'm a big Battlefield guy. Love Battlefield, okay? Will I give Battlefield a shot if there's a demo? Give me that 10 hours. You give me that 10 hours on EA Play through Game Pass, and I will try out your next Battlefield game, okay? Unless you really have got some cojones there. DICE LA, Vince Sampella, whoever else is out there. I'm a nobody channel that loves Battlefield. Give me access. I'll give you my honest opinion. Okay. So Battlefield players have had a reasonably tough time with franchise these past few years. In 2018's Battlefield 5 launch, it was a disaster. But in 2021's Battlefield 2042 was worse. Imagine that. Battlefield 5, when it came out, was a disaster. Fantastic game 5 years after the fact. Okay. Or 7 years after the fact. Right? More people were playing that game than the new one. Okay. Battlefield 1's still better. Bad Company 2 is better, in my opinion. But Battlefield 5 was bad, and then Battlefield 2042 was worse. Okay, I have a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it go. No, there's a music video I had that I put up there, a fun little piece. You can check that out. I'm on Battlefield. All right, so Battlefield fans launched as a disaster. It was worse, and pushing a lot of Battlefield fans away from the franchise. But now it's just a year until the next major installment in Battlefield universe set to release. EA and DICE have a lot to make up to do, right? Well, they squat, right? They got rid of all the, goodwill that happened, okay? So officially, EA has said all the usual buzzwords. Of course they have. You come to expect in the financial calls to promote the next game, innovation, groundbreaking, to interview with IGN earlier this year with the head of Honcho, Vince Sampella, confirmed insider that Gaming Pass reports that the franchise was taking back its roots approach, which is what? They're going back to the roots approach, which is not a Battlefield every year, but that's what they're doing now, which is not a live service game, but they're going back to their roots. With 64 players, all-out destruction, and a modern setting, it all looks promising on paper. First of all, going back to your roots is not going back to modern warfare, okay? That misses the landing pad right away, okay? Going back to your roots meaning the start of what Battlefield was back in Battlefield 1942, okay? Not modern day, right? Nobody complained about the 128 players. The reason we complained about the 128 players that you promoted, okay, was because your maps were broken, buggy, and weren't created for 128 players, okay? So now they're like, we're saving you. We're going back to 64 players. Like, thanks, okay? So promising on paper, yet the scars of the past still burn today with the community, and the fans of the franchise are still apprehensive about the future. Considering the franchise's last two blunders, it's understandable, but it's time for EA and DICE to seem to be all in on ensuring it doesn't happen a third time. No. If you fuck up 2 times and then you put the whole group together, you have every hand on deck trying to make this, which are 98% of people that have never worked on a Battlefield game before, I still have no confidence in your game. You have to prove to us from the start now, okay, that these people that are making this game are competent and can make a Battlefield game, okay? These are facts, okay? 98% of the people making this Battlefield game have never worked on a Battlefield game before. That's not making me excited, going, oh man, I can't wait for these people to come out. You've proved nothing to me so far, okay? So on the funding front, the next Battlefield has the most resources in the franchise history. That means nothing to me. As a gamer, I just want the game to work, right? Be fun and be Battlefield. 4 studios are currently working on Battlefield, DICE, Motive, all right, Cetron Games, and Ripple Effect. More importantly, EA is a studio that seems more interested in gaining player feedback this time around. That's just so you can let your guard down and be like, well, they're actually listening. What do you have to say? Well, look, I get it. We're all starting over, right? Like, it's like you punched me in the face, you kicked me in the nuts, okay? And now you're asking me for forgiveness, and you're like, yeah, I'm sorry I punched you in the face and kicked you in the nuts, but, we just want to get your feedback now. Well, your fist across my face hurt, and then your foot in my crotch really hurt. And I wouldn't like you to do that, and I would like you to continue by being my friend by not punching me or kicking me, okay? And just make a game that's fun. Back to the root. Roots meaning 1942, not Battlefield 3 and 4, okay? Just saying. I know a lot of people like 3 or 4, okay? But if they go modern, I already told you about this months ago, if they go modern, you're going to fuck it up because you can't go up against somebody that people don't like, because if you put it up against Japan, everyone's like, well, what's wrong with Japan? You don't like Japan? And if they go up against somebody else, they'll be like, well, you can't do up against that but if you go back to the past, these are based on real wars that actually happen. And let's be honest, Everybody hates the Nazi German, right? That's just what it is, okay? So, like, that is why you don't go modern. This is why you go back in the past. Go back to your roots. Start it again. Do whatever, okay? So Battlefield is now taking a much-needed player-first approach, and it's easier to approach and see continue to be played out coming at the start of the year. So understood that EA Studios has also been eyeing up for return of Battlefield community test environment, but to what scale is incorporated as a time to unclear. Well, here's a problem I have with this, right? They can invite whoever they want. They can invite the biggest content creators of all time to come out there, okay? The problem here is that if you're making a battle royale and you invite all the content creators to help you with the battle royale, they're going to tell you the bits and pieces to make battle royale better. Well, I hate to tell you, that's not Battlefield. Battle royale is not Battlefield. If you bring in all the people that play Call of Duty Warzone to then help you make the Battlefield Warzone, guess what? That's not Battlefield. That's Warzone. And you're bringing all these people in that don't know what Battlefield is. They know what Warzone is. And they know what battle royales are, but they don't understand what Battlefield is, okay? So you're getting the wrong people to come into, if you're working on a battle royale-esque game, if you're working on a Warzone type of game, because they'll make it a cool, fun Warzone game, but still misses the dock of what Battlefield is, which is not a Call of Duty game, and which is not a battle royale game. Okay, so all in all, Battlefield seems to be trying to mend the mistakes it's made with also return of the modern military shooter with destruction in 4 classes, 64 players battles. EA could also win on its hands, and being said, there's still a yearish off from release and things can change, but so far, at least Battlefield could be back. It's not coming out till 2026? 2026? No. Insider Gamer understands that the playtests are ramping up again ahead of some big announcements for the game in the coming months. It's understood that playtests will test the game's multiplayer and ripple effects free-to-play battle royale offering. Oh, God. Yeah, we're going back to our roots, guys. Battlefield hears you. EA hears you. DICE hears you. We're going back to our roots. We're going back to our roots of modern warfare and battle royale. Does that sound like the roots of Battlefield? No. If you have any questions, I have lots of questions on the next Battlefield game. Please create a thread. Yeah, we won't create the thread. Yeah, that sounds like they're going back to the roots, doesn't it, chat? I can't wait. I can't wait for the next Battlefield game going back to its roots. It's going to be fantastic. Going back to the roots of 64-player battle royale. So they're going back to the roots, and they're bringing in biggest playtest ever. They're bringing people in. They're like, hey, you like those battle royales? Why don't you come on over here? We're going to play this. We're playing Battlefield Battle Royale. And everyone's like, whoa, I like battle royale. Battle royales are good. I love battle. What battle royales you playing? Well, I played this one, then I played this one, then I played this one. Well, why'd you leave this one? Oh, I just didn't like it anymore. Well, why'd you leave this one? Well, I didn't like it anymore. Well, we're going to make the greatest battle royale game you've ever created. Well, I can't wait to play it for the next 2 months, right? I can't wait. I've always wanted to play a Battlefield battle royale game set in the modern audience. Hey, it's going to be fantastic. Like, do they not understand? The 98% of the people that are working on the game right now have never worked on a Battlefield game ever before, and they think that Battlefield is Call of Duty. They think Battlefield is a battle royale game. They think Battlefield's roots are set in the modern warfare. This is crazy. It's crazy. Amazing. Sarge says, biggest game test ever. Because it's the only game test ever. Billy says 12 players, 20. My guess is that the first play test, hence biggest. Travis says, Hardline was the best Battlefield. Fight me. I will ban you. I will ban you, Travis. Hold on.
There's a guy named Travis, he's always around. In the chat, bro, takes status down. Elden Ring, he says it's overhyped trash. With Mass Effect, now that's his stash. He's a Sony bully, loud and proud. Even when Sony's got him down, they took his games, left him in the cold. But Travis still defends them, oh so bold. Travis, the king of hot takes. Hating what we love, he claims for all fakes. When Marvel Rivals starts to reveal, he's reporting more than he's trying to heal.
All right, so groundbreaking probably refers to the maps being broken. Right, groundbreaking, yeah. Marcus says, back to the roots is just a slogan. They are going back to the roots, realistically, marking my words, not for that company. No, they're definitely not going back to the roots, Argus. They're going back to the roots of modern warfare in a battle royale. Eclipse, that's the one that's coming on. I'm not saying that you have to get it on Game Pass. What I'm saying is that's the game that's on Game Pass, right? Sarge says, roots for over dyed hair that's falling out. It's dry as fuck. Yeah. Water Bear says, so instead of Bad Company, we get another bad Battlefield game. Nice. Travis says, you take a Hardline 2 over Battle Royale. Admit it. No, I wouldn't. I would take both of those and throw them in the trash. Now, don't get me wrong, Travis. When they come out with the Battlefield Battle Royale game, we will try it, but I will not like it because I don't like Battle Royales. He says, I loved Battlefield back in the day. I would never play COD or Battle Royale. Travis says, hence, I know you're joking. Also, the song is growing on me. Of course it is. Catchy. Bad Company describes the fan base now. Nice, Chase. Nice. They're still trying to crutch onto the Warzone Fortnite phenomenon that they will not be able to capitalize and nor implement. They're always late to the party. Instead of just staying to what Battlefield is, Argus, they're like, how can we make Battlefield into that? And it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous to think that they have to make Battlefield into that to compete instead of going, we're okay just making this, and this is what we want to make. Imagine this, right? In this sports analogy that we're doing, but it's literally for EA. Let's say that Madden wasn't selling very well anymore, okay? It still does sell well. But football, NFL football, Madden doesn't sell well anymore. All of a sudden, they decide to make that Madden is going to transform into what FC 25 is, okay? Now, obviously, in this analogy, they both own both those franchises. But just think about if they didn't own the franchise. One was a soccer game, football, and one's a NFL football, American football. But this football wasn't selling as much anymore. So they decided to take this football game and make it more like the soccer game. It's like, but that's not what that is. People don't play this football because they like this football. Some people play both, but some people like the Madden football. Some people like the European football, right? The American soccer. Okay, but you don't turn this into this, right? Football versus football, right? And that's what it feels like. It feels like Battlefield is going up against Call of Duty, and they want to make Battlefield into Call of Duty, but not fully into Call of Duty because now there's other things in between, right? Because EA also makes Apex Legends, which is a battle royale, right? So they're trying to just contain the same people within, like, they don't like this battle royale, so they're going to come over to this battle royale instead. It's just dumb. It's dumb. Instead of making your battle royale game better, they're like, well, let's make another franchise that's not a battle royale into a battle royale. They've tried it twice now, right? They tried it with the fire zone, right? What was that called? It was fire zone, fire something. Right? In 5. And then they tried it in Hazard Zone in Battlefield 2042. They've tried it twice now. Battle Royales have been around since 2017. They've tried it twice now, and they failed both times. And they're like, let's triple down. Let's double down. Let's go back to its roots. Altern says, I mean, if they do a Hardline 2, removing Battlefield name of it, I would buy it. If they just want to make a separate franchise IP, cool. I would agree with that, Altern. Argus says, except DICE is closer to shutting down as a studio than they are making a good, successful BR. Well, they didn't they merge LA DICE into, because Vince Zampella took it over in like 2019, I believe. He's been there for like 5 years now, right? He's been there for 5 years. They converted that into working on Battlefield. Think about that. They have 4 studios working on Battlefield. 4. The first or second or third or fourth or the 5th time, you don't succeed. It's just crazy. Why can't they just make Battlefield? I went back and played a little bit of Delta Force. Delta Force is Battlefield 2042, and if it does it better than Battlefield 2042 because they have those hero classes, and it works for Delta Force, but it didn't work for Battlefield. And the reason it didn't work for Battlefield is because that game not supposed to have classes and stuff like that. If you want to change Battlefield, you could change it into different war eras and change it and add stuff and whatnot. But changing it into a hero shooter, basically, that's where it went awry. Does Delta Force have bots? I don't know how to answer that, Kraken. I mean, I just assume that like every body of water in Florida has a gator in it. I just assume that every video game now has a bot and has cheaters in it. That's the way I look at it. If it's true or not, I play a game, multiplayer, I'm like, that's bots or there's cheaters. Kraken says, hear me out. Battlefield. But Battlefield. It's like Office Space. They're like, I have an idea. We have a mat. It's called jumping to conclusions. And you jump to each mat. It's a jumping to conclusions map. I have an idea for Battlefield, but it's Battlefield. Eclipse says, I really want to play Delta Force. I just can't. I can't play on my mouse and keyboard because I play it with all of one hand and when gaming. But I love to play Delta Force. It looks so fun. It is fun. I'm getting my ass kicked because I just don't know the maps. So I was playing it more military way, right? Where I'm like looking long distance, and meanwhile they're coming across the far right and coming behind me. I was like, what's happening here? I don't know the maps very well. So it was like a little frustrating, but the gameplay is actually quite fun. And it's a free-to-play game. Dolphin says, my friends love Delta Force. It's all right. Yeah, it's fun, but it's not connecting with me. And it's still not connecting with me because of the classes. So yesterday I went to go play Starship Troopers on PC. Okay, Starship Troopers on PC. I'm playing it. I'm having a blast. Right? We have 10 seconds left in the match, and the game crashed. I was like, I can't ever get XP in that game. I can never get XP in that game. I didn't play on PC. I didn't play on console because I was tired of it crashing. It's never crashed to me on PC, and all of a sudden now it crashed on PC. I'm down for near modern Battlefield. I was thinking about going back to. We might go to Battlefield 2042 tonight. I watched the video saying that they've improved a lot. They've done a lot of things. We haven't touched it in maybe 8 months, 9 months, right? So I was thinking about jumping in and playing maybe tonight. We might play either one of the Game Pass games tonight, or I might go to Battlefield 2042 just to have fun. Eclipse says, yeah, it's been crashing with me too lately. Apparently, they're about to put a patch in. I'm wondering if that's messing it up. Imagine putting a patch in the game that doesn't fix it but makes it work. The next Battlefield will be Fortnite. You can actually there's actually a map inside of Fortnite that's like Battlefield that someone created. That's it. That's all I got on that one. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to go above and beyond that. Become a member as little as $5. If you like us, watch some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.